Well, hello, chain breakers. It is Monday, and it is not coffee from Command Central, it's water bottle from Command Central. You guys, first of all, I'm back. My hair's back. Um, we always stretch it a little bit longer in the winter between my scheduled hair appointments. And I texted my girl last week and I was like, please tell me I have a hair appointment coming. And she was like, you do. You're next Monday at 10:30. I'm like, thank God. I go to Nashville on Thursday and I am in need. Um, so anyway, I spent a few hours at the salon this morning and my hair appointment usually takes about 2 to 2.5, 3 hours, depending on what all we're doing, which is usually the same thing, but it's a big chunk of my day. Anyway, I sat and did some work and didn't even get everything done that I wanted to do. So I'm coming to you guys with your coffee from Command Central. And then I am going to, as soon as I get off of here, it'll be time for me to go pick the kids up. But when I get back home, I'll get that final work complete, which is updating recognition. And I'm going to post the official rankings, including the girls who were not at our halftime report last week for this midway through the seminar year. And then I have some other things coming up that I want to share with you guys, one of which is our set sheet. I have that updated. I have taken off the liquid eye color and I have replaced it with the shadow sticks. And so I want to get you guys that. I'm also working on a new career survey for us to hand out at our events and for you to use at your personal parties because you guys know our focus. We have mastered booking, selling, coaching, pre-profiling. It's time to get our focus back on that fourth component, which is recruiting and adding more women to our teams, more women that need this opportunity, more women who want to make money like you guys are making money. And so anyway, I just want to put a little bit more emphasis on the tools that we're using for that so that you guys feel equipped and capable to recruit at your parties and from your parties. So those are a couple things that I'll be working on. We started baseball again. I cannot believe it. It makes me feel like spring's around the corner. We have baseball practice tonight, but that is it. So I will get those couple of things done, even if I have to do it from my laptop during baseball practice. Okay, little recap. If you saw my spontaneous live that I did yesterday as I was headed to Sydney Meckley's party, which was fantastic. If you haven't seen the post yet, she sold almost $1,600. It was only her second party. She's already sold close to 1,000. And so she in total, $2,600. She's only held two parties so far and filled some reorders already also for people that purchased product at the party she hosted before she was a consultant. And so you guys, she is a college student. She's newly engaged, planning a wedding, getting ready to start clinicals at the hospital, which is why she joined Mary Kay, because she knows that she really cannot afford time-wise to have a job while she is in clinicals. It's just a very stressful program that she's in at Mizzou. And anyway, so she has profited $1,300 from her Mary Kay business so far in two parties. And I'm like, at the end, she was like, I'm like, I know, speechless. And I'm like, isn't it unbelievable? It's crazy. It's crazy the money that you guys are making through selling this product. Don't we want to give it away to other people? For sure. So on the way to that party, I got distracted here. I went live with you guys in our Facebook group, and I am running a push prize challenge. And it is going to be for wholesale orders that were entered anytime between 12 a.m. yesterday morning, which was Sunday. Okay, Sunday the 11th, from 12 a.m. on Sunday the 11th through Thursday the 15th at midnight. Just to kind of boost our first half of the month. We have a lot of you guys selling and holding parties. It was a very sales heavy weekend, which is so exciting. And I'm like, you know what? Those girls are all going to have orders to place to either get product in or to replace inventory that they've sold out of. Instead of, waiting towards later in the month, I'm going to incentivize them to get that in. So our first part of our month can be pretty heavy. And you guys, I launched this yesterday. I was on the way to the Glam Factory about 12:15. And by the time that I had gotten out of the Glam Factory, there had already been like 1,200 wholesale and orders go in. So I know you guys were right on top of things. But the giveaway, I will post a graphic for that as well. And the challenge. So this runs through this Thursday at midnight. Any wholesale order, reactivating wholesale order. So that would be 225 wholesale that goes in, and it can be cumulative between yesterday at 12:01 a.m. through Thursday at 11:59 p.m. on Thursday the 15th. Any 225 wholesale order is going to get you entered for the drawing. Any 600 wholesale order can be a cumulative, is going to get you entered 5 times for the drawing. And any $1,000 wholesale, could be cumulative orders, is going to get you entered 15 times. And I'm going to be doing a drawing on Friday morning for a $100 Amazon gift card. And so one of you guys who is working and selling product and setting yourself up for success and placing wholesale orders between yesterday at 12:01 a.m. and Thursday the 15th at 11:59 p.m. is going to be getting a $100 Amazon gift card. Isn't that exciting? And so you guys, that I don't put very many, almost never. I really cannot remember the last time I had an ordering incentive, because my goal is not to incentivize you guys to order. My goal is to teach you how to sell and how to serve your customers so that you're putting product on faces and into the hands of your client base, and that in turn creates orders. And so I just have a really strong conviction about this, that if I'm teaching you how to sell, if I'm equipping you with the information, the education, and you are in this business to make money, you're going to order. I don't need to incentivize ordering. What I need to do is equip you and prepare you to sell and make money. And so I rarely incentivize for orders. Rarely. I can't remember the last time that I did. And so my goal here is not to incentivize you to order. My goal here is to rally the troops and to excite you to put this product on faces, follow up with your customers, boost your own income this week, boost your own sales this week, so that you have a wholesale order and some profit in your pocket, because you are in Mary Kay for profit, obviously. I wrote down just quickly off the top of my head a couple things that I would do if I were a consultant watching this and I was like, well, my inventory looks good, I really don't need to reorder. What would I do? And I think that I would first see if there's anybody. Do you have a neighbor that sometimes walks with you or pops over from time to time to have a little drink or whatever? Could you get her over for a quick facial tonight? Could you gather 3 of your neighbors for a quick facial tonight? Serve them hot cocoa, put their faces to bed, sell some product quick, right? Easy money, get parties booked from that quick little gathering. It doesn't have to be this, oh, I can't do it in the next 4 days. Who's going to be around your neighborhood tonight? Get them over tonight. So quick facials, who could you grab over the lunch hour tomorrow? Could you pick 5 women from your office and say, hey, tomorrow morning, I'm going to have all my stuff with me. And so over the lunch hour, I'm going to be doing hand and lip treatments. I'm going to be doing brow tutorials on anybody that wants them. Get your demo stuff in the bathroom. Put some brows on people. You want to know how to sell some quick product? Do satin hands. Instant results. Doesn't have to take their makeup off. Put some brows on someone. Instant results. Totally transforms their face. Easy, quick sales, right? Get some women together and put this product on their face one way or another. Tomorrow morning, hand out skincare samples to your coworkers and say, if you try this and love it, I would love to get your feedback. If you try it and hate it, I would love to get your feedback. Nobody's going to hate it. And I'm running a special on these products, these samples that I gave you. I have got a special that's going on until Thursday at midnight. And so I'm like, well, these girls at the office haven't tried this product yet. I'm going to go ahead and put it on their face and let them give me their honest opinion about it. And then run a special, gather those sales up. The other thing that you could do is you could go live in your customer group and do your skincare regimen. Go live in your customer group. This is how Allie sells so much product. She's live in that customer group like every morning, every night. I mean, I know that it's not really truly every morning, every night, but I know that that's pretty much her goal. And she's either taking her makeup off or she's putting her makeup on. Run a special. Do that for the next 3 days. Run a special on the products that you're using in your live videos. These products today until midnight are 25% off, or buy 3, get your fourth free, or whatever. Go live showing the eye sticks, things that they haven't seen yet. Bringing their face from winter. We just left fall and into winter, and now we're over the holidays. And, hopefully, I know we're still midwinter. There's still a huge potential for cold and snow, but it's been sunny. It's been nice and warm. Like, show them how to brighten up their face when they don't have a ton of sun right now, right? So go live and then run like quick spurts of specials on the products that you're showing. That incentivizes women to buy now and not to just put it on their list for later. The other thing that you could do is you could run a contest for yourself that is to sell $24 to 24 customers in 24 hours. And this is super easy because everybody can spend 24 bucks. You could even do tax-free if you wanted to, not necessary. But if you said, I am in a contest to sell $24 to 24 people in the next 24 hours, let me tell you what that would result in. First of all, you'd probably sell to more than 24 women. Probably they'd be like, I'll ask my sister, do you want me to send your website to my sister? She buys Mary Kay, or she loves skincare. We were just talking about skincare over the Christmas break. I'll send her website to you, or your website to her. If you could sell that, so that's first of all, it would probably get you more than 24 women that you then can follow up with and maybe do skincare with, book with in the future, get them on more product. They may need a refill of even just the eye makeup remover, and you're like, hey, if you add one eyeshadow to that, you're one of my 24 to 24 in 24, right? If you were to sell $24 to 24 women in the next 24 hours, that would be $576 in sales, you guys. That would be $285 profit in your pocket and a $285 wholesale to place an order. It's a no-brainer. $24 to 24 women in 24 hours. It's going to put money in your pocket, and it's going to give you a wholesale order to place that's going to get you entered for the Amazon gift card drawing. You could also do a lucky line contest, and you could say, my goal is to sell 50 items in the next 48 hours. And for every item that you purchase, your name goes on a line. And at the end, one of those lines, I'm going to draw a number. In one of those lines, you're going to get that item for free. You could also do, they get their whole order half price if they want to, but depending on what the item is, it probably would be a better deal for you just to do that one item half price or free. Do a lucky line contest, gather some sales. You guys just follow up with your customer base. A lot of us take a little break from, our rapid number of parties that we hold throughout the year from December. I don't know about you guys, but around December, this year was a little bit later, about December 21st was my last party. But I take about a 2-week period off. And so, same around Thanksgiving. I usually don't take time off around Thanksgiving, but Thanksgiving Day, Black Friday, and that weekend, I typically take off. And so I have customers that I haven't followed up with in a little while. And so is it time for you to follow up with them and just see if they need a refill that you could quickly boost some sales and gather some orders that way? And all the while providing great customer service. You guys, they're not getting a phone call from the grocery store saying, hey, are you almost out of your laundry detergent? Hey, this is Ulta. It's been about 6 months since you purchased your lip gloss. Do you need any more of that? How are you doing on that? Like, you offer a service that nobody else does. And so all the while, you're providing great customer service. You're gathering orders to boost your wholesale so that you can get in this Amazon gift card giveaway. And then last but not least, what do you have on your date book? What do you have on your date book? First and foremost, if you don't have anything on your date book, you're not in business. Business means I have appointments booked. I am scheduled for parties. I'm actively pursuing new bookings and pre-profiling and coaching the bookings that I have. and my inventory is in shape. My starter kit is in order. I have plenty of supplies on hand. I have product to close these sales at my upcoming parties. If you don't, maybe you need to go ahead and just place an inventory order to boost what you're out of. Do you have enough product on hand to service your customers at your parties to make sure that they're a successful party that you have coming up in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, right? Okay, so that is our Amazon gift card giveaway. Graphic to come on that, but those are just some quick ideas. If I were sitting on the other side of this computer as a consultant listening to her director, those are the things that I would do to boost my sales so that I could not only put an order in, but put money in my pocket, right? Also, you're gonna want, remember, January kicks off the Rise. Oh my gosh, I just talked to you guys about this. What's it called? Rise and, I want to say Rise and Shine. That is not what it is. Oh my gosh. I took notes on this because I talked about it on Friday when I did a Zoom with you guys. Oh, here it is. The Rise and Radiate Selling Challenge, which earns you not only the potential for standing recognition, a sash, and an invitation to the royalty reception, which is now renamed to the Reward Roundup at Seminar. It also, if you do 6 months in a row, is going to get you on Seminar stage. You guys, it is not easy to get on Seminar stage. They don't open that up to just anybody. So starting in January through June, if you every single month qualify for your Power Up and Grow Challenge, which is a 600 wholesale order into the company, can be a cumulative January, February, March, April, May, and June, you will get to go on Seminar stage with a sash, attend the royalty reception where we pick up our diamonds. You guys, it's a big deal. I was like, when they launched this, and you get a handbag, like a gorgeous handbag. When they launched this, I'm like, dang, they are really putting some heavy incentive on this. And so participating in this Amazon gift card giveaway is going to get you set up for success in January to finish your Power Up and Grow, which is then going to contribute to your Rise and, I keep forgetting, Rise and Radiate, I think it is, challenge at Seminar. So far, Ashley Pfeiffer has, which is now Ashley Bledsoe, actually, she's married, 1 entry so far into the Amazon gift card giveaway. Tommy Shackelford has 1 Amazon gift card giveaway entry. And Bethany Miller has 5 entries already. So you guys are off to a great start. And I loved when I posted about this yesterday. Allie's comment was challenge accepted. And you guys, when she says challenge accepted, she means it. She's not just blowing smoke. So that's exciting. Okay, so later this afternoon, look for updated recognition, updated set sheet, and an updated survey from me. Okay, you guys, the new book that we're starting for the first of the year, I read at our halftime report on Monday, or what the heck am I talking about? On Thursday night last week, our halftime report, our mid-year success event awards night. I read this book. This is by Ann Newberry, who is one of the top earning national sales directors to ever retire from Mary Kay. She was a close personal friend of Mary Kay Ash's. She developed tens of offspring national areas in, and I say tens because I don't know the exact number, like 22 offspring national areas in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. And she really came into Mary Kay when it was a brand new baby company. And I read the foreword by Ann Newberry to kick us off at our awards night last week. And then I closed with her final chapter. And I'm like, you know what? This is really a book written to sales directors, but I think that it's so good and so it's so engrossed in the fundamentals of making this company and your own personal business within this company successful. There's no reason for me not to do this book for you guys, even though everybody listening is not a sales director. And so we're going to do this book. It's got 10 chapters, and I am going to read a little bit each week to you guys. I'm going to start with the introduction because I want you guys to know a little bit more about Ann Newberry. Okay, so this is Gumption, Grit, and Glitter. Okay, introduction. Ann Newberry was born in Houston, Texas. She was the youngest of three children, and in 1946, she moved to Dallas, Texas, with her family. After high school graduation, Ann attended Southern Methodist University, where she majored in French. After 2 years, Ann transferred to the University of Texas and attended a summer program session at, I don't even know how to say this, and it's a university in Quebec City, Canada. After graduating from the university in 1963, Ann taught French at a private school in Dallas. Ann married in 1964 and was blessed with four children, daughters Shannon, Aaron, and Megan, and a son, Brian. The following years would find her relocating to Virginia and Massachusetts, where she was an avid volunteer for the arts. Along the way, in July 1969, Ann was introduced to Mary Kay Inc. while she was in Dallas for a visit with her parents. Little did she know how the direction of her life would change during that visit. Here's Ann's story of how she set out on a journey of a lifetime. I was having dinner one night with my cousin and her husband, and I mentioned to them that I was thinking of going back to work. That's when he asked, "Have you ever heard of Mary Kay Cosmetics?" He went on to explain what an up-and-coming company it was, that the company was really going places, and that probably no one on the East Coast had ever heard of it. He was correct about that. He then told me about a lady we both knew who had started a Mary Kay business. She was making more money than her husband, who I knew was very successful. In fact, he bragged about her accomplishments on the golf course. I went home and had a sleepless night. You see, my husband had put me in charge of the checkbook. And the truth was, we had been receiving overdraft notices from the bank, and I had been hiding them under the mattress. The next morning, I telephoned our acquaintance, and I asked her to mail me some information. She said she would rather pick me up and take me to lunch to explain what the company was all about. I felt a bit uneasy and skeptical, but I finally went since my mom agreed to babysit. Her name was Carolyn Savage, and it did not take me long before I became mesmerized by everything she told me. Everything about her was so successful, and I wanted it all. At this point, I had not even seen the product, but I didn't care. I wanted to be just like her. The problem was I had no money for the showcase and inventory. The showcase is what they used to call the starter kit. After meeting with Carolyn, I spoke with my parents. I told them all about what I had learned, and I asked my dad if I could borrow the money. With all the faith in the world that he would never see that money again, he lent me the money to get started. The next day, I met Carolyn with my dad's check in hand. Of course, she gave me a facial, which was lovely, and I certainly could feel the difference in my skin. As she said she would, as she said I would. I got my showcase right there, and I rushed to the airport with my children in tow. I could have flown that plane myself. I was so excited at the possibilities in front of me. I read the manual before the plane landed. It was brief, and the first page said welcome. The last page said good luck. Somewhere in the middle were pages about beauty shows, how to set up the table, and how to book appointments. I started holding skincare parties, and after 3 months, my husband came home from work and told me we were moving to Boston. And even better, his salary was going to double. And I thought, oh, good. That means I don't have to work anymore. We moved north in the midst of 14 inches of snow, and I spent the winter months getting settled. When spring came, I went outside to meet my neighbors. As soon as I saw them, I knew they needed something. But from March through September, I held only 3 skincare parties. I wrote to my independent sales director, Carolyn Savage, and said, I sent her the past 9 months of my summary sheets, which weren't very impressive, in one small envelope. To my surprise, Carolyn called me and said she and Mary Kay had decided that I would make a wonderful sales director. I went on to inform her about how busy my life had become with children. I was expecting my third. And also with volunteering. Basically, thanks, but no thanks. I told her if I changed my mind, I would call her back. I called her back the next day after a second sleepless night. It turned out that my husband's raise was basically a cost of living raise. After living in Massachusetts for a year, we still hadn't been able to set aside $1. And I wanted to be able to save money for my children's education. The problem was I didn't know what a sales director was supposed to do. Carolyn offered to fly up and teach me what to do. I explained that certainly spring would be a better time. This was October. Since my baby was due soon, the weather, etc., etc., etc. She said that would be fine, But what was I doing the next Friday? No matter how hard I tried to convince her that I needed more time, she would not take no for an answer. This is when I learned one of the most important lessons of my Mary Kay career. Be willing to go the extra mile for someone you believe in. As promised, Carolyn arrived on Friday. That evening, she explained the Mary Kay opportunity to a half dozen ladies around my coffee table. She told them, if you make a decision this weekend, I will be here to train you. The next morning, 5 of those ladies showed up to my house, check in hand. Carolyn stayed the weekend, taught me and 5 new independent beauty consultants how to work this business, and gave me a goal before she left. Qualify as a sales director in training by January 1st, 1971, so that I could attend January's Jamboree, which is like our leadership that I'm getting ready to go to now. I was so excited after Carolyn left Boston. There was nothing stopping me. In fact, I was so excited that I took my showcase to the hospital instead of the suitcase when I gave birth to my son. I facialed all the mothers on the floor who would let me. In the next 6 weeks through the Christmas holiday, and with a new baby, I managed to add the remaining 5 new members that I needed to make the deadline to go to Dallas for January Jamboree and remain for the sales director in training week. That's how I was ushered into leadership of the Mary Kay Independent Sales Force. Meeting Mary Kay herself was monumental. And up until that point, I thought I was just selling cosmetics, buying the product for $1 and selling it for $2. After hearing Mary Kay speak, I came to truly understand Mary Kay's mission. I vowed from that day forward, I would dedicate the rest of my life to helping her reach every woman I could. Our new unit soared, and within 2 years, we earned the use of our first Cadillac. In 1979, we were the only unit in New England. Within 2 years, we had grown into 12 units. And by the end of 1976, we had earned the position of the first national area in the entire Northeast region with a total of 30 units. Anne's career and influence continued to expand globally, beginning in Canada and Mexico and eventually into 12 other countries across the world, a record that stands today. And that's not the only record she holds. She was the first NSD to ever earn $1 million in 1 year in pure NSD commissions, meaning not as her sales director or consultant commissions. And at the time of her NSD Emeritus debut, her area consisted of approximately 1,500 sales directors and 85,000 beauty consultants. After a truly illustrious career, Anne debuted as an independent elite executive national sales director emeritus in 2007. Today, she lives in Dallas with her devoted husband of 33 years. His name is Lane. Anne continues sharing the Mary Kay legacy through the Tender Power program and through mentoring independent sales force members and Mary Kay staff alike. Anne says, as my story shows, many a race is won at the starting gate, even if it takes a little pushing to actually get there. I strongly suggest that today is the day to start your race anew. And remember, it always starts from the heart. Okay, so we'll start with chapter 1 next week, the first time I met Mary Kay Ash. I've read this book a million times, and you can tell it's all withered up and it's so good. All right, love you guys. Look for those updated recognition, updated set sheet, updated flyer about the Amazon gift card giveaway. Those will all be later today. All right, have a good rest of your day.